Hey everybody, welcome back to the Brothers Sports Podcast. This is episode 3 here with Roland, and we have up first Danny Green retires from the NBA as of, I believe it was today.
Yeah, it was today, actually. It says here, after 15 NBA seasons, Danny Green says he is retiring from basketball. Green, who announced his retirement on his podcast Thursday. Also, it was Thursday. It was yesterday.
Uh, well, no, today's Thursday.
Is it? Oh, yeah, today's Thursday. It's Thursday. Is one of 4 players in NBA history to win championships with 3 different teams. He won in 2014 with the Spurs.
Against LeBron.
That's funny. He wins a chip with LeBron, and he won a
Yeah,
chip against LeBron. In 2014, he got with Spurs, and then 2019 with the Raptors, then 2020 with the Lakers. So
t-
he got 2 rings. He got both Kawhi's rings with
yeah,
Kawhi.
yeah. 2 Kawhi rings and 1 LeBron ring.
So he's above Kawhi. He has more rings.
I mean, I
Sorry, I'm
guess.
going against it. I'm
Oh yeah,
using like the Jordan
MJ stats.
family.
MJ
Yeah.
stats. Yeah. Rings mean everything. Danny Green
That
is
is,
better than Kawhi Leonard because he has more rings.
yep, yep.
According
That's
to
how it
MJ
works.
fans.
That's how it works. That's a team accomplishment, but that makes him better.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But it says here, this is what he said. I'm officially moving on from the game of basketball. The NBA has been a great run, Green said to me. I'm very proud to be able to walk away from the game. I'm at peace with it. Green, age 37, was known as a 3-point marksman. He was a 40% career shooter behind the arc. That go on.
Yeah, he's a good
And he was
shooter.
a leader in the locker room over the course of his career. He played 2 games for the 76ers in 2023 and 24 before he waived the following trade that sent James Harden to the LA Clippers. It says here he was drafted in the 2nd round by the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2009. Wasn't it the same year Kyrie was drafted too?
Um, Kyrie's drafted 2009 or 2011. I can't remember for sure.
No, I think it was 2011. It was 2011. I was thinking. I was thinking Derrick Rose.
So he
Pretty
played
sure.
with LeBron before then. Like,
Yeah, before he got traded.
yeah.
Then LeBron decided to dip.
Yeah.
But it says here Green spent 1 season in Cleveland before that going. He pulled LeBron. he said the Cavs are trash, and he decided to join Kawhi and Duncan.
Yeah. Which
But it says
Kawhi hadn't
here,
got drafted yet, but Duncan
yeah,
was there.
he said I'm gonna join Tim Duncan. But it says here he spent his majority of his career, and he averaged a career high of 11.7 points per game while playing in 81 games in the 2014-15 season. Wow. Why do you miss 1 game? Why couldn't you play all 82? What's
Yeah.
going on?
Lazy.
Lazy on. He also made the all-defensive team in 2016-17. He finished his career averaging, 8.7 points per game, 3.4 rebounds per game, in 832 games. His he's made 1,577 3-pointers, ranked 43rd in NBA history, and he is only one of 12 players to make that, make threes and shot at least 40% beyond the arc. So he's a part of that 12-player group that shot at least
At least
40%.
40%.
That's crazy. Think about it.
Yeah, it said also like let's see. Well, you said he played 2 games for the 76ers, then he got waived, but it said that first 2 games of the 2023-24 campaign, but finished without a point. in either one of those games and combined for 18
So he didn't.
minutes. He didn't
So he
score or
didn't score.
anything.
Wow,
But it
that's
said
crazy. Keep this in mind. People score 0 points in a game, but people like LeBron, he hasn't scored a 0 point game like ever.
he scored the longest stretch of double-digit games ever.
It's just crazy to me how people can score 0 points, but then someone like LeBron, Curry, anyone like that.
Effortlessly scored.
Yeah, it's like I know it's crazy. It's crazy how like much of a gap.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's
Good, and
insane.
then because they're all professional
And then
players, but it's the difference
yeah, they're
between
all
great
good.
and
They're all
decent players.
yeah.
Like,
See, they're all good. They're in the NBA for a reason.
yeah,
Even the worst NBA player, like 2K wise, he was a 40 overall. People, I've seen this thing on Instagram, and he 1v1 these people. He 13 0'd them. He's a professional basketball player,
yeah,
but he's not. He's the worst professional basketball player.
yeah.
He's still a basketball. He's still
Professional.
professional. Yeah,
It
but
said for his career, he averaged 8.7 points and 3.4 rebounds across 15 seasons, shot 40% from deep, including his career best 45.5% in his 1 year in Toronto. And he also won a
geez.
national title in his college year, 2008, 2009 season.
So he was a four-time champion.
Yeah. His senior
So
season
he is
in
better.
North Carolina.
So he's tied up with LeBron.
Yeah, if you count college. But LeBron didn't go to college, so
Yeah. So he's better than LeBron.
I don't know about that. Considering LeBron can skip college.
Yeah. But it says here he was also ninth in postseason three-pointers with uh 315 made. But he said here, my body was letting me know that I was getting a little calf strains here and there, Green said, but also, when you're getting older, teams aren't calling as much. Unfortunately, my services weren't as sought after, as they were when I was younger. It's been hell of a ride. So he's obviously getting older, slower, getting more
Trash.
injuries. It happens. You get older. But
Unless you're
LeBron, he doesn't know
LeBron.
what he you don't he LeBron doesn't know what old is.
What's an age, LeBron says? Like, what's age
What
mean?
is LeBron said, I'm 27.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you, I'm still 20 years old.
Still jump and I can touch like top backward,
Yeah,
casual.
he's Danny Green's 37. LeBron's 39, almost 40.
And LeBron at 37, he was 37.
2 years
He
ago.
was, yeah, 2 years ago. He was dealing with Westbrook.
Oh my gosh. Don't get me started on that. We already talked about that.
Oh,
But I'll
but
be
it says
honest
here
with you, like I thought Danny Green already retired because nobody was calling him
you
like
don't
that.
hear anything like
Yeah, I
from him
thought
or
he was
anything.
already gone.
Which he
Like,
did say the last time he played was like he
well, it
only
was
played two
two
games for
two
the
games, 2023-24 season. So
so
it's been over
yeah
a
so
year since it's been about a year since he played only 2 games. So it's been about 2 years
but
since he's actually played.
it does say here Green is one of only four players, Kyle Carver, Rashard Lewis, and Trevor Ariza are the others that makes as many three-pointers as he did without being a first-round draft pick. So
Kyle Korver, Trevor Ariza, and
Rashard Lewis.
Rashard Lewis.
Rashard.
Rashard Lewis.
Rashard.
Yeah,
I mean,
Rashard Lewis. He was a teammate of Ray Allen's on the Sonics, and he was also on the Heat with
yeah,
Ray Allen, LeBron, and Dwayne Wade. He was a good
yeah.
3-point shooter he was a small forward, power forward. He's a decent sized guy. He's a good shooter.
Hmm. So that only four people have made that many threes, like, and not being a first round pick. And now we got Bronny James.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
He's gonna pop off. He's gonna pass Curry.
I mean, he finished another night with 0 points.
Yeah. So that's how you know he's gonna pass Curry.
I will say though, the Lakers got their first preseason win tonight.
Yeah. So congratulations.
LeBron had 11, AD had 11, Bronny had 0.
It's the lowest I've seen LeBron score like
And he only
ever.
had 15 minutes.
Yeah. But it says here also after winning a national title with North Carolina, Green was the 46th overall pick in the draft by Cleveland. He became a starter for the San Antonio Spurs for 7 seasons, helping the Spurs to win a title in 2014. He was traded to Toronto as part of the Kawhi Leonard deal, and he was a starter on the Raptors team that won the title in 2019. He was a starter again on the Lakers team that won a title in the pandemic season. Every time he was a starter, they won.
I remember in the finals with the Lakers, it was a late. Well, it was in the bubble, so it wasn't technically a Lakers home game, but everybody watched it and stuff. But
Basically a
uh,
home game to everyone if you think
yeah,
about it.
yeah, or in a way to everybody except for the Magic, I
Yeah.
guess. But but I remember Danny Green. It was late in the fourth, and the Heat were up. But if Danny Green would have hit this three, the Lakers would have won. They'd have swept the Heat and won the championship. He
Oh, the
bricked that
survival.
three, and then so the Heat won, but the Lakers end up winning the next game, winning the championship. But after he bricked
Yeah.
that three, like he got death threats and everything from like Lakers fans saying, "Oh, you're
Go
trash. I'm gonna kill you for missing it." It
Go
was
on.
rough, dude. I was like, it's not that big of a deal. The Lakers are still
Basketball,
gonna win, but
the Lakers are still gonna win. They're the best team in the league. But daggone, I'ma kill you. You missed that
like you're
three.
trash. How you in the NBA? But he like it
That's
hit
like saying
two.
if Ray Allen
He'd
missed
hit
that.
like two before that or something like that. Like,
That's the thing. People, let's see, like LeBron during the 2013 finals.
mm-hmm.
Or was it 2013? Yeah,
Yeah,
2013.
yeah.
He bricked that one shot, that three, but he made one
He
before that.
made that one before that to put him down by 3.
Exactly. And people are like, oh, LeBron this. Like people,
Would
he
you
missed
think
this
about
three.
it? If LeBron wouldn't have shot that, Chris Bosh
They
wouldn't
would
have
have
got that
never.
rebound, and Ray Allen wouldn't have hit that shot.
It's a team effort. That's basketball. Like
If LeBron wouldn't have hit the one before that, they'd have been back down 6, and Ray Allen would have put him down by 3, and they'd
if
have lost.
LeBron wouldn't have scored 16, they would have been down more.
Yeah. So LeBron hitting that one and then him missing the other one actually was better. I mean, yeah, he could have hit it, but that'd have been more time on the clock for San Antonio to go down there and score.
They could have had because yeah, they would have probably honestly scored.
Yeah, because I mean, with what was left, like 3.2 seconds or something like that, they was
They
able to
had
get
time. They
down
had
the
plenty of time.
court,
They had a
but
timeout too.
they missed. Yeah. So, I mean, it worked out. The Heat won. Ray Allen, the GOAT, greatest shooter of all time.
Bad. But I do have a quote here
What's a
by him. He
Curry?
says, "What is a Curry?" Says there, people ask me, how did you learn how to become a winner? How to become a leader? Green said, and it's the people before me, the people that have taught me, my coaches. They prepared me to be successful because ultimately I'm just a normal kid. I had some height, but I was not freakishly athletic. I just worked very hard and I had the good resources around me to learn how to be professional. It says here also, and do things the right way. Green tore his ACL and LCL when teammate Joel Embiid fell on him during Philadelphia's season-ending playoff loss in Miami in May of 2022.
Joel
So
Embiid's whale hind
Embiid,
in.
Embiid is the reason he tore his
He
ACL.
knocked Danny Green out of the league. His
Go
fat
fat
hind
honey,
in.
lose some weight, Tubby. Come on. That's rough. Your career-ending injury was your
by your
teammate's
teammate.
fault. You fell. Oh, you were in the NBA. Why'd you quit? Oh, my teammate's fat hounded.
He fell
He
on me,
landed on my
injured
he
me.
landed on my ACL. You see, I was going against the Heat in 2020. Yeah, or 2022. Yeah, you know, I was going down the court. My teammate fell on mine. That's rough.
It's rough.
But it says here he appeared in only 17 more games, 4 in the playoffs in the next 2 seasons. It says here he will now focus on continuing his broadcasting career. The Greenlight Venture Fund, uh, dedicated to empowering innovation, enterprise, entrepreneurs between the lines, mentorship program, and the Throne basketball tournament powered by Green and the National Basketball Players Association. So he's going to be still like in basketball and stuff. He's not playing though, like how Reggie Miller is and stuff like that.
Right, yeah, like a broadcaster and stuff.
Yeah, he's going to be like a broadcaster. He's going to set up certain type of games and stuff, whatnot. But yeah, how'd you get injured? Why'd you quit? No, my fat hand and teammate, Joe Embiid. You know, the guy who won MVP in 2023.
For
Yeah, his
what?
hand landed on my. He's got his hand landed on my leg. That's rough.
All right. Moving on. This one was kind of interesting, I thought. Mark
Yeah,
Cuban reveals that Kobe Bryant was almost traded to the Mavericks in 2007.
yeah. So keep in mind, without Kobe in 2011, they would have had the Mavericks would have had an easier time going to the finals,
Yeah.
not having to go against Kobe, because the Lakers most likely wouldn't have been in the playoffs without Kobe.
Yeah.
Uh, they would have won a,
Multiple championships because the
multiple
Lakers won in
championships.
2010. Kobe wouldn't have been there, so they wouldn't have won in 2010. The Celtics
Yeah,
probably would have won, or it'd have been the Mavericks and the Celtics instead of the Lakers and the Celtics.
because I feel like if the Mavericks with Kobe Bryant and
Dirk.
Dirk,
That'd have been a
that's
nasty team,
ridiculous.
dude. That would have
I
been.
know, that's
That
ridiculous.
is
That would have been
ridiculous.
insane. But I'll go ahead and read this here. Many of the Kobe Bryant stories, you know, we get now are about his, monocle worth ethic and, the moments on the court where he displayed how relentless of a competitor he was. Having spent all 20 seasons of his career with the Lakers, something we hear far less about are the stories on places he could have played besides Los Angeles. On Shaquille O'Neal's podcast, The Big Podcast, of course, The Big Something.
Yeah, of course.
Minority owner of the Dallas Mavericks, Mark Cuban, revealed that a trade for Kobe was nearly completed in 2007. 2007, almost said 17. uh, when he was still, a majority owner of the team. You'll never get equal trade value if you part with a player of Kobe's stature. That's kind of crazy they were going to trade Kobe because Kobe was a 3-time champion at that time and everything.
Yeah, and he was still in his prime.
Good. I know he was still good. He was averaging like 27 to 30 a game.
Well, and
Like
who
he was,
it goes on to say who they would trade him for, and the Lakers wouldn't get crap for him.
let's see. Um, it says here, but trading him for Josh Howard, Jason Terry, and picks would have been diabolical. So,
Yeah, like Jason Terry, I
yeah,
mean, he was okay, but he's
yeah,
no
but
Kobe
he's
Bryant.
not
Josh Howard
Kobe.
was
Yeah,
all right, but he's no Kobe Bryant.
yeah.
Like
None of these people compare
the
to
Mavericks
Kobe
would
like
have
at all.
basically stole Kobe for those
Yeah,
for those picks.
like how see the Bucks could have got Curry.
Yeah.
So like that kind of reminds me of that because they kind of got like the only reason they didn't get him because he was injured at that time was like his ankle or something like that because he was having ankle injury problems and stuff.
Yeah.
So they were like, oh, he's not gonna be. And then now look,
Mm-hmm.
four-time champion, one-time MVP, one-time Finals MVP.
Be like, oh yeah, Curry's washed, and then he goes off.
He does that. But it says here, but luckily the Lakers general manager Mick Kupchak was able to cool things down and keep Kobe in Los Angeles, which they obviously 2 seasons later they won a chip. They
Yeah.
won back to back in 2009, 2010. But it says here instead of trading away their franchise player, the Lakers made a deal for Paul Gasol, which that kind of made
Help them win another championship.
Yep. It
Couple
says a
championship.
handful of months. Yep, two.
Yeah.
But a
2009,
handful
2010.
of months later, yep, they won 2 more titles, as I just said. So if Kobe never left and had a fairy tale ending in the city of the Angels. Cuban, you know, is a reliable source of, would have, obviously been deeply involved in this potential trade, given that Bryant's desire to be traded was known to all at the time. He wanted to be traded. He was like,
Yeah.
my team sucks.
Well, tell LeBron should be daggone. Lakers are
He's like, oh,
trash.
yeah. LeBron, you should have went to the Warriors.
Should have. Or
Or
Mavericks,
something.
man.
Yeah, Mavs or Warriors. After I don't know, after seeing him and Curry in the
Well, yeah, that'd have been
Olympics,
nice, but
oh, I feel bad. He has to do it with D'Lo.
D'Lo's so trash, dude.
Get it? He needs to retire. Seriously. He's
He
never
does
winning.
daggone.
He's
I'd
never
take Danny
winning.
Green's hind end over D'Lo.
Yeah.
At least
But
Danny Green could play some decent defense.
yeah, D'Lo can't play crap.
No.
But it says here, I imagine nearly every organization in the NBA at least, called Lakers owner Jerry Buss to find out, what their asking price for superstar was that summer. Kobe Bryant himself admitted 2 different trades nearly happened. One that nearly sent him to Chicago. Oh, that would have been weird.
Mm-hmm.
That
Well, at
would have been
that
so weird.
time, Derrick Rose was in Chicago.
Oh, Derek and Kobe? Go on. 2 explosive hounded athletes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we got Ball Hog and then Derrick Rose.
Yeah.
I don't know. He might not have passed.
Derrick Rose might not have
Kobe
got the
didn't really
ball.
pass him very well.
No.
The only teammate he ever passed it was like Shaq
Yeah,
and Paul.
pretty much.
But yeah, and he could have had a potential trade to the Pistons at that time. Who was on the Pistons at that time?
2007? Which it
Yeah,
doesn't say when these trades nearly happened, I guess, except for
no, but I'm guessing it's around that
around the
time
same
though.
time. The 2007. Hold on. I'm thinking like
There wasn't many players ever.
no.
I can't think.
All right, so I was gonna say Chauncey Billups. I thought Chauncey Billups was on there. So yeah, Chauncey
Yeah,
Billups, Will Blaylock, Dale Davis, Carlos Delfino, Ronald Dupree, Richard Hamilton, Lindsey Hunter, Amir Johnson, Jason
so,
Maxwell. So the only ones that have names are Rasheed Wallace, Chris Webber,
yeah.
Chauncey Billups, and Amir
So basically, that
Johnson.
team was just full of nobodies besides them.
Pretty much. I was thinking Chauncey Billups, but yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
So yeah,
that would have
maybe
sucked for
Chauncey
Kobe.
Billups and Kobe would have been nice. Tayshaun Prince, Chris Webber,
Maybe.
Rasheed. It was decent, but
I mean, Kobe's work ethic, would have rubbed off on that team, like the
if
other
not,
teammates.
then he would have just punched him in the face probably
Yeah.
because that's how Kobe
Yeah.
is.
But it says here the NBA was different then, and player empowerment was nowhere near the level it is now. With a couple of years left on his deal, Bryant was both, convinced to stay and stuck in a scenario, where he had to at least play things out in the end. It was a win-win scenario for both parties, pairing Kobe with Dirk Nowitzki would have been a scary duo in Dallas.
Definitely.
While both won titles, even after this trade fell apart, you can imagine how good they would have been playing together during Kobe's prime. That would have been ridiculous. I don't know, Dirk something else.
Dirk was crazy. So was Kobe though. That gone.
Yeah, they had a tough run to the finals too. That because they played against good teams in too. They were going against the Thunder, that young Thunder team with KD, Russell Westbrook, and James
Westbrook
Harden.
and James Harden.
This one Westbrook was good.
Yeah, before he was Westbrook.
Yeah, Westbrook's Lakers.
Yeah, definitely. My gosh, dude, trash.
That's terrible. And then James Harden was a six man during that time.
Mm.
That's the reason he even left OKC, because he was tired of being a six man.
He should have stayed.
Yeah, I mean, crap, he did good on the Rockets and stuff, but
Yeah, but
he would have. He didn't
where's
have
it?
a
No
chance to
championship though.
go anywhere. Yeah, exactly. So if he would have stuck with OKC with I almost said Westbrook brick again. With Westbrook, he would have had a chance because Westbrook during 2017 was good,
Oh yeah,
averaged
yeah,
triple doubles and crap. And then James Harden there in that time, he was good too. He was everything. That was 1 year before his MVP season too, averaging like 40 a game.
yeah.
Still don't think he deserved it though, because that's all he did was score. He didn't do anything else.
Nah. Yeah, I mean, that'd have been crazy having Dirk and Kobe on the
I
same
really,
team.
I really would have.
Been
Let's
crazy.
imagine that. Two people who know the fadeaway, like they're the
Mm-hmm.
top. With Dirk's one-legged fade and Kobe.
Yeah,
That would have been overpowered as crap.
been something to see. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, that really would have been. I don't know how LeBron. I don't know if LeBron and he would. That would be the best team that would have to go against. Besides that Spurs team.
I mean, I still think the Heat could have beat them, but it would have been a
Yeah,
tougher
they would
team
have
for
had. They
sure.
would have had a
And
way tougher
That
competition.
Spurs team is still good. They might have
Oh
gave
yeah,
him some trouble still.
yeah, because they gave the Heat trouble a lot,
Hmm.
during that 2013 run. So
Yeah, and they beat him in 2014.
yeah, mainly because team was washed. Besides LeBron, D Wade was averaging he averaged like 15 that
He
series.
was hurt that like season
Chris
pretty
Bosh
much.
averaged like 13 or something like that. He wasn't
Yeah, washed.
good. Yeah, blood clot.
Yeah.
It's rough. It's rough. NBA players have it rough.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right,
Then Ray
guys.
Allen was old as crap.
Yeah, he's still man. I remember watching though. He was hitting some threes in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Don't he? I
he's
remember watching that finals. He dunked on some people, dude. Like it was.
he's like, I may be old, but I can still get up there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're Ray Allen.
Rounds.
Actually, that was my Ray Allen last year.
Yeah, just yours had a
He had a
gut.
that was so weird. He had a gut.
All right, guys. That's all the topics we have. Appreciate you for listening. Um, we do have a brothers sports podcast Instagram.
Yep. Recently just made it like 2 or 3 days ago, so we can go ahead and check that out if you guys want to.
Yeah.
That would be link in the description. or whatever.
Yeah, maybe if I remember. But that's the only social media I believe we have for it.
Yeah,
So we don't have
we
any
don't
merch
have.
yet. So we'll get we'll have to get a different logo before we get some merch because our current logo wouldn't really work on merch. I don't think so.
Yeah, we're gonna have that current logo as our actual logo itself, but
Right.
for merch, we're gonna have different designs and stuff like that.
Yeah. So we'll get
So
those up sometime. We'll let you guys know, but we don't have them up
yeah,
yet.
it'll be
Um,
way
a
later
while.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's only our third episode. We got time.
yeah. Once we start growing a decent size, yeah. Once we
Audience.
start getting downloads and stuff like that, more we'll go ahead and do merch and stuff like that. But we just gotta wait.
Yeah.
It'll take time, but
We'll get it.
yeah.
All right. If you like gaming news or video games in general, we do have a gaming podcast, Two Brothers Gaming. We do weekly
We
gaming
just
news, 2 episodes
recorded.
a week. Yeah, we just record.
We recorded 2 episodes for this week. Episode 121 and 122. We talked about two Black Ops 6 topics.
We
So if
did.
you guys do like Call of Duty and you're really excited for Black Ops 6, go ahead and talk or go watch that because it's obviously going to be up whenever you're listening to this.
Right.
So go ahead
Yeah.
and listen to that if you want to.
And also, guys, we're going to be recording in person next week. So
Yeah.
if you want to listen to us live or in person, then come join us. So,
Yeah.
all
So
right.
that's what we have.
Yep. Appreciate you guys for listening. We'll catch you next week.